This is part 3 with Day with the Doc. Let's rock. And I do mean it. Let's rock. You know, remember when you used to dance? Remember when you used to have fun and kid around? I'm going to tell you something before we start here. Can we not? Okay? Please. Thank you so much. This is really important, and it's not me, but it will disturb other people around you. Okay? I want you to get this. Whether no matter what we do, we're emotional beings, right? You get that? Emotional beings, right? Energy and motion. The E stands for energy, and then motion, energy and motion. And the invisible creates the physical. Do you get that now? Do you get the psychological rules the biological? Do you also know that there's an entity, and you don't have to believe it, that lives on this planet and lives off our emotion? If we are happy and joyful, they suffer. They do not get what they need. I need you to get this. If you want to get back at things like the people that have been put in charge of whatever you think they're in charge of, you have a happy life and you ignore them. You tell them they don't matter, they have no authority over you. You don't talk about their stuff. If everybody ignored all of these people, okay? You know, when they called a war and nobody came? When they created a supermarket that was used to poison people? Supermarkets are to poison people. If you go to a farmer's market and you get to know the person, that's the only way you're not going to be poisoned. There is no good supermarket, okay? All right? And anything that is organic and natural, as soon as everybody starts talking about it, will be bought by Big Tobacco, and Big Tobacco owns all food corporations. And, you know, those were the same guys that said, that got doctors to say that if you smoke and you really suck it in deep, that exercises your lungs. Yeah, okay? And so what I'm trying to tell you is that there's always going to be, on this planet, there's going to be an entity that's always trying to kill you. And there's always going to be the majority of the population that will be able to be bought to poison you. I wouldn't go to work for anybody if they put a poison into a drink or food or into the air, or they weren't giving people their power back, their love and care for themselves. I won't do it. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me because I already know I don't have to shortchange myself. I get everything I want. But meanwhile, okay, people will come on here and say, you're going to hell, Dr. Wolf, the way you talk. And guess what? Those people are already in hell. I'm not going to hell. And also, you know, the people that you want to go to hell aren't going to hell either. You're just taught to hate. Isn't it nice that you can just go around hating? And when you hate, guess what? You gave the entity that the government works for, and they don't even know it, an orgasm. You're giving them orgasms all the time. When you go to war with yourself, your family, and now that we're going to war around the world, has there always been a war in the world? Don't you understand the game? There will always be war in the world. Did you get that? Can't wait till we have peace. You know, what did they used to do for the modeling thing on TV? And yes, Miss Virginia, what would you like to see in the world? So understand something. They try to make us look stupid. Everything is owned by them. The airlines, the creams, everything. You just fall for stuff because guess what? You're going, wow, it's just everywhere. All over the place. They own everything. What am I trying to get at here? Mind your own business. Mind your own business. And that's having a perfect day. They don't threaten me. If you feel threatened, guess what? You just gave them another orgasm. When you come home and you are frustrated and pissed off with your day and you fight with your children, or your children fight with you, you're empowering them. You're their generation. You can believe it or not. The main thing in this whole universe is vibration and frequency and light. Yes or no? If you had any awareness, and what do we all need? What do you need? What do you need to get well? Every one of you need electricity. And what does every entity need in the whole universe? Electricity. And guess what they're doing? They're sucking on yours. And that's what's going to happen here for eternity. It's not going to change. Because guess what? You know how many people right here are going, oh my God, I just came on. I'm not going to listen to this loser. Right? And the reality is guess what? So many times in your life, somebody said something to you and it didn't match your beliefs and you went, what a jerk. Because guess what? Remember when I told you the subconscious of the brain, subconscious part was manipulated 250,000 years ago? It was manipulated so that if it doesn't matter if it's a life-changing, life-saving belief, if it's really different from what you run already, you will reject it. You will reject it automatically because it's called knee-jerk reaction. Do you understand? You have rejected so much love, so much care, so much of what could have changed your life because you're unwilling to, you won't be quiet. You won't be quiet with this, and you won't be quiet with this. So it's never going to change for you. If there was total chaos, if there's a bomb go off, and let's say there was rumbling in here, I would just sit here and allow you all to go mental and be fighting for the doors and actually pushing each other out of the way like animals. And I would sit here calm, and so would Lori. We would not move until chaos stops. There's people in here, if I go, if I'm talking, all of a sudden, ah! Yeah. Yeah, see, understand something. Wherever we are, there can be stuff like that go on, and I don't even flinch. You are taught to react to everything. What happens when you quickly react to things? You're left cleaning a mess up later, aren't you? You have a headache, you're exhausted. You say something, do something to someone you love, and now you feel bad about hurting them. You understand? Just understand the whole thing's a setup. We're low vibrational beings. Might as well just stay there. And guess what? Welcome to Groundhog Day, because you will do this for 1 trillion years if you don't wake up to the fact that loving and caring for yourself. Remember, I told you Jesus was here to teach unconditional love. Jesus would do a water fast for 40 days. Why? Because he was overweight? Because he wanted to bring his vibration up high enough to blow off the planet. You can't get off of this planet unless your vibration is high enough, because your vibration stays low. What do you think? They feed on you and then they recycle you like they recycle everything. My God, they got you going. I can't remember. Does this where the compost go? And then this is the recyclable, and then this is the, just when people say, when I go through life, people say things to me that are just like, whoa. I just love them anyway.
So first I have
You gotta be this close.
Okay.
See?
There.
I just want to be heard. Well, I don't know, then we'll get it close enough.
So my first, I have a personal question for you, which the answer I think will be helpful for me and everyone in the room. And then
I wear underwear to all these events. All these events, I wear my
random. But then the second, then I have some issues that I want you to talk about. The real question is, I've been watching your Instagram lives for a while, and I come away feeling really inspired, especially with your message about raising your vibration, self-love, everything that you're imparting here today that you say. But then what I notice is I come back into my own thoughts. So my question for you is, I'm curious, how did you go from being a young child who was told he was a sinner and having low self-worth to be the person that you are today and be consistently in that thought pattern and to like have unconditional self-love for yourself. Because I think a lot of people have that as their goal, but they can't seem to get there.
My father was probably one of my best teachers. See, now you can say, well, what, really? And trust me, my father was really messed up. Like, he was really damaged goods, okay? All right? He never got the love that he needed, okay? And, you know, even to the point, like, when I was first going to get my allowance, he said, guess what, girl? Next week, Saturday, you're going to get a dime. Back then, it was very money, okay? And I went, dime? By the time Saturday came, I already had a stand. And he goes, you know, I've been really thinking this over, and, yeah, I don't think he was ready. And that was it. From that moment on, okay, I knew that I could not trust my father. I could also not trust my mother. Okay? But I also, as time went on, I knew I couldn't trust myself. See? So I had to learn how to watch myself. So I didn't watch what other people were saying and doing. I was watching what I was doing, how I was speaking to people, how I was thinking. But let me go further. So he took away my dime. So what do people do when you do that? Well, those big gallon milk jugs were worth 40 cents. You know? I would take at least 2 of those a week. So now I get 80 cents. Now, what a raise. I gave myself a raise. Now, if I got caught, okay, I'd be in trouble. But the reality is I gave myself a raise, and that's all. You understand? I look back on things. I didn't disobey my parents. You know, the reality is my father always had poverty consciousness. He always did. So did my mother. They were taught that way. They weren't bad people. My parents loved me the best they could. And I got that really, see, that's the first thing. You have to understand, even if, no matter what you got in your life, you came around, you came to, they gave you what they were given. And they treated you like they were treated. They didn't know any better. But no, you gotta go and make it into a story to destroy your life. And then keep making everybody else responsible. So everybody has to listen to your story. And I'm not thinking I'm going to keep coming back to you because you came up to me and talked to me. So I'm going to let you know that I don't want you to leave here free. Everybody, you're telling me that the company or abused me or did this to me. Oh, yeah, that's their over. And the reality is the same entity that I told you that rules the world, that runs parallel to the government, that controls everything, that you don't realize it's there. It created all this. So I'm going to be angry at them because on this planet, it's never going to change. Did you know the Savior never does come? Okay, did you know it's you that needs to show up at every given moment? It's you that needs to learn how to connect to your breath. Hey, listen, you want to know how I changed? Tell you how I changed. Want to know? I don't really need this. I'll tell you how I changed. I took my daughter's hairband when she was smaller. I put it around my wrist. That's what changed my whole life. But before that, I was doing meditation, right? I'd start meditating. And my older kids were very young. And I am not picking on my children's mother. She called me Jesus, Buddha. I knew that I need to change. I needed to change. I got to a point in my life I had to change. And I was changing. I was desperate to change. I could not go on living like this. It was a bullshit life. Bullshit love. Go to work. You know what? I ran the Wolf Clinic. It was in the top 100,000 of all the clinics in the world. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. Bet you didn't know that. Some days I'd make $5,000. Some days I'd make $25,000. And then after a while, I started having all these stage 3 and 4 cancer patients coming to me. My protocols were top on Cancer Tutor. And I just go, holy crap, you know, I just got to slow it down here. I got to slow it down here. You know, this is not what I want for my life. I walked away from that clinic. I walked away from it, but here's the story. So I took her hairband and I put it around my wrist. 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I love myself. I'll care for myself. 3, 2, 1, that's over. Okay, I just started with that, the hairband. The hairband saved my life. You know, if I were to write a book, I'd call it The Hairband Saved My Life. And the reality is this, you have to understand something. Until you're ready to play with yourself like a little girl again and teach yourself how to love and care for yourself with little childlike things, right? Like I tell everyone, 3, 2, 1, like if you were, you know what I mean? That day when I put that hairband on, I said this, I am going to snap that band 30 times an hour. There's insanity. I was finished. So I'd be there trying to meditate because I was doing everything to become a better human being, to be better to myself, to be better to my children, to understand my children's mother, why she was like she was. When I was younger, I said this the whole time I was young. I said, you know what? I want to marry the most beautiful woman in the world, and I want to be her hero and save her. So I got a beautiful woman, and I couldn't save her. And that was my universal lesson. And no matter what I did, what I had to destroy to help her, what I did. So anyway, so I put that hairband on, and I started snapping. I'd be there just trying to just find calm, okay, in the storm. And my wife would get my kids to call me Buddha and Jesus and try to create noise. You know what I mean? So don't think that you're going to become your authentic self easy. You've never put your heart into it. And you know what? You have such a deep sadness. You are so, and you're a self-loather.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I'm right in your field. Anyways, but she's so beautiful and means no harm. She's hurting herself, no one else. But you end up hurting others when you hurt yourself. Because we are all one. My vibration is going to affect her. Her vibration is not going to infect me. Because I observed, I got it, and I'm going to shine my vibration even stronger to keep her force field from coming into my tissues, issues in the tissues. And I'm going to give her mine. Do you understand? So it was really this. You know that I was going, okay, you can believe this or not believe this. I was going through a pack of hair bands. You know how many hair bands are on there? I'd go through a hairband every 3 days. They break. So between the suppressed anger and pulling it, right? Now it's like, look at guys. If I take this off, I'm still me, but I will never take this off. This is my secret power. You need to understand, when I go to reach for that phone, if I go to touch you, if this comes in my eye viewpoint, it says, new sheriff in town, unconditional love. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. There's no authority over me. I understand that there's universal intelligence. I also understand that it's never judged me. What a bunch of bullshit. You're going to go and take that which created the whole universe and dumb it down to a gray beard, old man that 1 minute loves you and 1 minute hates you. What is wrong with us? We are true high vibrational spirit beings, but then we were dumbed down in here. Okay? I'm not staying there. You need to do mirror work. Are you married? Okay, great. Because now she actually has a chance to get what she wants. Because if she was married, the longer you're married, the less chance you're going to get it. You're not, well, I've been married for 40 years. Well, good for you. You can have it. Okay, because I probably will never be able to help you. You're just going to suffer for the rest of your life because you're dedicated. What bullshit. Jesus. You're either happy or not happy. The person that you're with is letting you be a spirit and going, honey, what do you want? That woman back there can have anything she wants. anything, I will get it for her. Man and woman come together to fight. That's it. We have a pretty good relationship. Really, is your head going to fall off? Anyway, so let's get back to you. You start doing the love band, start really doing it. Okay, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Then it should be here. Because, see, and understand something, whether you believe this or not, or you're going to go, he's so full of crap. The self-loathing part, got her to put it on the left hand because it's not dominant. So it wouldn't be pulling it much. And then guess what? Who here has taken 2 love bands and put them on one wrist here? You're going nowhere.
I got 2 different.
Yeah, you're going nowhere. Okay, all right? Because you just can't get enough. But you're not going to go anywhere. You want one love band and you want it as snug as a hug. Okay? And and then you can't have anything like any other band on here. No watch, no nothing. It stands alone. Not because I gave it to you and you got to advertise. Don't even get a Braveheart 321 love band. Go get a bunch of hair bands. Go do hair bands. Stop. We have enough trouble with you. Okay. Okay, so just get hair bands. I don't care, but just do it. And guess what? Watch this when people do it. And now I shouldn't say it because if we all have everybody do it, you'll find the people that are like really like weak about themselves. And then you'll find the people that hate themselves. She was a snapper, hard snapper from the course. Yeah, right there. That's a self-hater over there. Okay. Yeah, that thing couldn't sting enough because she holds herself responsible that all her relationships are supposed to be beds of roses, not thorns.
Okay, now we got it on the right.
Really? Do you need to interrupt me again? Okay. I promise you. You have been programmed for one main thing never to do. Love it. I love it. I don't care what shape you're in, what illness you have. You love it. You be grateful. You be thankful. And this bullshit about be grateful what you have, BS. I'm grateful for what I have, but I want more. I never want less, and I'm never going to be satisfied. We are taught to be grateful and to be satisfied. And no, I want more. I want more from Lori. And what is that more? I want more from Lori, loving and caring for herself, rocket ship. I am never, ever going to be satisfied, but I am grateful. Never say you're satisfied. If you say you're satisfied, that's communism. And guess what? What? That's right. That's right. And guess what? All of you, you all suffer for today for a better tomorrow. What a bunch of horse shit. That has got to be the biggest thing I've ever heard. I am going to have a party today, whether you're crying, lying, justifying, whether you're having a good time, I'm going to dance. Lori is not allowed to not do anything except love her life. And we're going to work on that with each other. We have been taught to look at each other like in relationships. Well, you're not giving me this. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. When you love and care for yourself, you'll have enough energy to do everything. And you won't be doing, guess what you won't be doing? How's it feel to be doing everything for everyone because you're trying to get true love? How's that working for you? It's sucking the life right out of you, and you gave it to the entity that is hidden behind the government, that's hid behind pharma, okay, that runs it all. Like money doesn't even exist. That's an illusion. I'm going to tell you something. I said to myself, I wouldn't say this. I'll say it one time. You don't get it. I don't care. I am not a financial consultant. Whatever you do will be your business, but just understand overnight, they're going to crash the economy the same as it was in the Depression. There's going to be soup lines in Canada and in other countries around the world. It's coming. And if you want to save your bacon, please go to BHN. You might want to write this down and then throw it out. Try to open up your mind a little bit here. BHN, the ripple effect. All the money's going to be moving around the world on XRP. And XRP is only worth 48 cents. Bitcoin is worth almost $60,000 right now, and it is fraudulent. And it is money laundering. That's what they use for money laundering. That's what they use for drug selling. And understand, Ripple is being held down because all the banks are putting XRP on their ledgers and in their computer programs. And when they're all done, even the Federal Reserve has done it. Everybody's done it. Every company's going to run on XRP, which is owned by a company called Ripple. And they're going to flip the switch overnight. I'm telling you right now, I was told by a group of people that really care about Braveheart Nation and my passion. And they said, Daryl, just buy $10,000 worth. And guess what? When this happens, you'll be able to do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Understand, you don't get it. Don't save your money. Gold, silver, XRP, that's my goal. And that's what I'm doing. And you better wake up real fast here. Okay, stop sleeping. All the things that are sitting around your property that you don't use, sell them. You'll be able to get them for free later. There's going to be so many empty houses, you have no idea. There's going to be so much stuff laying around, you have no idea what's coming. Go back and watch some movies of the 1930s, and that's where we're going. So understand something. Don't be fearful. Be mindful. Get your act together. Stop the Netflix, stop the Amazon Prime, and stop the drugs, stop the beer, stop the alcohol, start getting centered, start getting into your spirit. Ask yourself what you would do if you were the master of your mind and your body and your spirit. Okay? You're going to find out that I'm right about this. Okay? I've never done that in my life, but I try not to tell the people here, but guess what? There'll be a few of you that move on this. And if you go to BHN, The Ripple Effect, you'll find out that some of the smartest people in the world on finance are on there, and they're trying to warn everybody right now. And the government and all the corporations are hiding this from you. Okay, remember something. You are the food that they are going to eat.
Do you think they'll do this before the election or after?
First of all, I don't think there'll be an election. Okay, all right? I don't think there'll be an election. And I think, and I don't even want to tell you all this stuff because guess what? I don't want people bantering at me on my website. Just stop it. Trump, if he's part of it. I'm now in trouble again. The reality is this, look at the way he speaks. Look at the way he speaks. Everybody thinks, you know what? If the Illuminati wanted him gone, he'd be gone already. Seriously? What do you think happened to Kennedy? What happened to Abraham Lincoln? Please stop. Let's just stop this. It's one big soap opera. And I don't think there's going to be an election because it's all got to go to hell in a basket. Okay? And the only reason why the United States has not embraced the digital is they have, but they don't want anybody to know because they want the US dollar to stay strong until all the bankers have just totally raped the economy and crushed it. And then overnight digital will come in. That's it. It could be a year, could be 2 years, it could be 3 months from now. Nobody really knows, but it's got to happen. So that's all I'm going to say, and I don't want to get into it a lot. And understand something. Everything's an illusion. There's no $33 trillion in debt, okay? There's no such thing as it. It's all just made up. Everything is made up. You'll never get the income tax down. It's never supposed to go down. Your income taxes don't go to the roads and the schools. Before taxation came in, the roads were better, the schools were better, the hospitals were better. So let's just stop this nonsense. Just shut your mouth. When it comes to politics, shut your mouth. You're wasting your energy. Okay, just stop it. Just stop it. They have. I don't know. In this country, we have 3 different political parties. Down there, they have 2, and they're all the same party. And it's all about the soap opera. And you got sucked in again. Why are we showing them we're so stupid? Why do you do that? Why do you have to be right? I don't want to be right about anything. I want to be happy. So everything I'm about, I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm having a great time. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, you already know that the dollar's going down the tubes. There is no such thing as inflation. It's called taxation. That's all it is. It's another form of taxation. And understand something. I already told you. You're going to be living a 2-star life and paying 5-star prices. Okay, ready? Before next spring. So don't get uptight. And and then I promised Lori I'm never going to talk about this stuff. And now here I am again. Sorry, honey. But I truly love you guys, and I don't want you to suffer. But everybody's being set up right now. Okay, so what you have to understand that any monetary system, if you actually knew, it only has an 80 to 120 year lifespan, but you've never been taught that. You know nothing about finances. You know nothing about health. My God, you got out of school. You couldn't feed yourself. You couldn't love yourself. And then you decide to have kids. Holy shit. No wonder we're in a mess. And it's not your fault because you went to a Rockefeller school. They said, how long would a child need to go to school to be programmed? 12 years. That's why it was picked 12 years. Why didn't they pick 10? Why did they pick 14? They picked 12 because that's what it takes to make a robot. Oh God, guys, please. And you're not going to ever, if you don't smile more, okay, you frown a lot and you're always down, just always down. You're like the gray day. No, but I'm not trying to.
I'm not taking offense.
Yeah, do you see these lines here?
Yeah.
These are frown lines. This is it. Watch this.
Yes. And I'm grinding like a maniac too, so my back teeth are like half.
That's anger. That's suppressed anger. Yeah. And in here, you're going to find out right here, it's as hard as rock. Look at that. Yeah. It's hard as rock. And I could go in there, and if you want, but if I go in there, she's probably going to cry. Okay. And not because of pain, but releasing the anger. The TMJ holds anger, the hips hold anger, and the liver holds anger. Okay? Those are the main anger points for the body. I'll do it, but we're not going live. And then guess what? Can you guys handle a little bit of and crying? Because if you can't, then the next break we'll come back, we'll do her first, but don't come in here. And if you can't hold the space, if you start crying with her, don't, just go. Jeez. This is my chance. It's like the alcoholic. Oh my God, thank God Christmas is coming. Nobody will notice. The sugarholic, it's Halloween.
I would really appreciate if you did that. And I also broke my tailbone 3 years ago, and I've had chronic pain, and I know the pelvis and the jaw are connected. So
okay, I'll tell you what, I'd rather do your tailbone, because guess what? When you break your tailbone, that's your compass. You know how the dog's tail's got to wag? Well, it's not wagging, it's frozen. And guess what? If the coccyx, which is the spine, is frozen, it means there's scar tissue there, crystallization wrapped around it. And that means that the energy from the pelvis, which is the most important thing for a woman, it all goes into the coccyx and then goes into the spinal fluid to go to the brain and tell the brain what chemicals to dump throughout the body. Did you get that? I travel fast. Now, so the spinal fluid goes up to the brain and down to the pelvis like this, because it grabs information, takes it here, and then the chemicals and hormones will be distributed throughout the body to create the healing. So now when she broke her tailbone, okay, here. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Daryl Wolf, and my practitioners, we have people coming to us for 23 days, are better than the practitioners, most of the practitioners out there that went to school for 4 years to become a naturopathic doctor. I will say that, and it's the truth, because you need to understand, every one of you here could be the most amazing practitioner in just one of my 23-day courses. If you stay long enough and do the woman's pelvic course, it'll be 25 days. And I'm telling you right now, it's all bullshit. You go to the doctor, he gives you a name, arthritis. That means pain in the what? Inflammation in the joint. Sinusitis, inflammation in the sinuses. Did you know that everything is a blockage in the body? Did you know that everything on all those blockages are calcium and scar tissue? And guess what? You know, Daryl the fraud, Daryl the people killer, okay? I'm the only person that gives a money-back guarantee on all our treatments, all our courses, all our trainings. Are you out of your skull? Are you out of your skull? Okay, and now when you go to see your medical doctor, your naturopath, your chiropractor, your homeopath, tell them that, you know what, I want a money back guarantee that you're going to make a difference. And if you don't, I want my money back. Because understand something, let's stop doing things that don't work. And let's stop going to people that don't know how to do things that really work. Do you understand? And the reason why most of us go to people that for things that don't work is because we don't really want to heal. Because we are bought into our suffering program and we don't even know it. And I'm telling you the truth. Like you're sad because you run a sad program. Look, it's a permanent frown. I'm not picking on her. So why are you so sad?
So I got really sick when I was 31 and I spent mostly the next 20 years in bed. So I lost my life.
Okay, but understand something. So the programs that she was running, okay, put her in bed. So she was running a victim program since she was a little girl. Probably? Okay, okay, can we have your heart into this or just your subconscious? Your subconscious is going to say probably. I either want to get a no or a yes, and then we'll keep talking about it. So you ran victim programs most of your life, right? Yeah, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have this. Yes or no?
Yes.
There. That's it. You can't do that. It's amazing how people will keep going to a certain doctor and then blame the doctor. And they'll just keep blaming the doctor. That person is actually running a program that they need a doctor that will screw up so that can feed their belief that nobody can heal them. So why do you believe you don't deserve to be happy and in love?
I think it's just the intergenerational
Don't do it.
programming.
Don't. Stop.
Of shame.
Stop. No. Guess what? There's no So what she has is when she was young, she was shamed so badly. She was shamed. It wasn't there's nothing genetic. Did you get that? There's nothing genetic. They've just been running a program since the beginning of this planet. And it's a program to harvest human energy. Does anybody understand that we only live until we're usually 80 because you all believe you're only going to live till you're 80? Do you believe, did you ever do, I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore because you were told that everybody your age doesn't do that anymore. That's all. It's just a belief system. It's just from the, when I was younger, you couldn't find a cane. If you saw somebody in a cane, it was because they were in some kind of sports accident or injury or something. Now everybody's got canes, everybody's got walkers. Lori and I will not go to the mall after 1 o'clock because of all the electric wheelchairs. Because we're scared we're going to get run over. Everything's a program. And you're a program. See, if you just were to actually in your home put a smile, okay, I love you, okay, all right, 3, 2, 1, I got this, okay, all right. Just look in the book. Do you have my book?
Which one?
The Perfect Day Guide.
Not yet.
Well, then we got nothing to talk about. It's all in there. That book is on $120 and it's worth $10,000 in therapy. So when you go home, you put sticky notes all around your eye level and you can see them all the time. When you get up in the morning, you do the Braveheart Oath. Okay, hold on. So in the morning, you get up and you do the Braveheart Oath 10 times. Remember something, everybody likes to say, oh my God, he's got a cult. Somebody said on there the other day, he collects women. I'm not really sure where they are, but I want some. Okay. All right. So unless you're going to change what you do, you're not going to change and become something else, are you? Okay. All right. So here, I want you to say this, and let's see if you can say this with all the love in your heart, like you become something else, are you? There's a little girl in there that's crying and actually suffocating because you're suffocating her. You're the one who's doing it. Nobody else. So let's see, if you don't smile, I can't stand that frown. Do you see it? It's like,
It's not just a resting bitch face, it's actually an actual frown.
well, that's what you get when you've perfected the bitch face, you get a complete frown. I mean, that's your trophy.
I didn't realize I'm frowning. I just thought it was like neutral. But thank you.
Really, that's
Yeah.
neutral?
Thought so.
Oh, yeah, people must be coming up to you all the time just wanting to be with you. Okay, all right. What?
No, that's very helpful feedback actually for me, because people aren't honest like that. Like,
Well, they're not, because guess why? Because I don't want to hurt her feelings. Well, guess what? I do want to hurt her feelings. No, I'm kidding. I want to stir it up inside. If you're not willing to go in and stir it up for someone, then you are a limp dick. You understand? I said it that way. Yeah, I don't care what people think. When you leave here today, you'll be thinking about stuff. Okay, all right? Maybe even visualizing it. I don't know. The reality is this. I need you to think, and I can't talk like anybody else and think that I'm going to get the same reaction from you, can I? I have to say things like, what? Did he just say that? Is this an X-rated lecture? Let me tell you something. If I don't say things to throw you here, I need to get you here right now. Let's see if you could, your life depends on this.
okay. Before I read this, can I just tell you
Do you
something?
see how her face has changed? Look at her face. You know what? Look at her face now. You see how her eyes, her whole face has changed, even on here. Take a look. Look at how much prettier she looks now. I would not come near you anywhere with your regular face. I'd be like, whoa. Well, no, I don't want to get any of that on me, because then I got to go and get it off. No, you have to understand something. You can make a phone call with someone you don't want to make a phone call with because they're a Donna Downer. And guess what? The phone call was 10 minutes and it's 2 hours trying to get the glick off. You have to go have a cold shower, or you got to do something to shake the boogies off. Like, you've got entities. You've got parasites. You do. You cannot not have parasites with a frown. Okay? And the parasites, you didn't eat them in your food. You created them in your colon. Because guess what? You're hanging on to your emotional shit.
And that's what I want to ask you about before I read this,
Okay.
the emotional shit, because I'm having a hard time letting it go. So in 2021,
Letting what go?
the story go.
What
The
story?
anger, the anger.
What anger? 1 second. What anger for who?
So my dad decided to be euthanized, and 2 days before he was euthanized, he wrote me out of the will because I didn't want to do a COVID test. So my sister, who wanted nothing to do with him, he gave her all the money and he put her in charge of giving me half, as long as I could prove to them that I'm not a renegade, holistic person, and that I returned to Western medicine. So he said, before you get the money, you have to be medically assessed. He said, you don't have chronic fatigue syndrome, you have fibromyalgia, and you don't deserve to get any money until you've been medically assessed. So I went through the steps to do that. I was so angry.
And
And
guess what? Can I tell you something? If she didn't get angry and she would have loved, honored, and respected herself, she would have made 10 times the money she was going to get from him.
but I had chronic fatigue syndrome and I hadn't been able to work for
One,
20 years. at that
there's no
point.
such thing as chronic fatigue. Okay? There's such thing as mental madness.
Yeah,
Okay? And you were mental way before that.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
No, but I don't mean mental. Look, we all go mental.
Right.
I was mental. You know, when I came up with the Love Band, Life Band thing, I was mental. You know what? I'm out now. Okay, so I'm out of it now. I'm never going back there. And all I'm trying to do is to try to help you guys escape. Okay, all right. It's called The Great Escape, and you're escaping belief systems that aren't yours. This is not about you. This is about belief systems. When something happened in your family or in your life, your sister looked at it different than you did. She didn't get traumatized. You did get traumatized. That's all. That's all. Why do you have to bring it down to something? We always have to make it so, deep. Yes, I've been going for therapy for like 10 years and I think we're almost there. You're going to be in therapy for the rest of your life.
But I'm actually not in therapy.
No, but you're going to be in therapy with yourself for the rest of your life. We all are. Look at where we live. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I'm in therapy. I'm in therapy. I am my own psychologist. You have to become your own practitioner, health practitioner. If you want to get treated, you're going to get mistreated. If you want to get trained, it's over, baby. I'm going to become my own naturopath. I'm going to become my own psychologist. Everybody can. You can all do it. Why do you go and pay someone, okay? Oh, they got a diploma on the wall? I've never put a diploma on my wall in my life. I told you I went and got the doctorates so that they were flypaper. They attracted people. Oh yeah, you must know something now. I don't want you to call me doctor. Call me Daryl. Don't call me sir. God. You know, I don't need that stuff. Okay. I don't have a problem with being with everybody because I am everybody and you are me.
And so my sister kept the money. She's traveling the world. She's got 3 homes and I'm so friggin' angry and I get out of it and then I'm right back in it and I'm pumping adrenaline by telling myself.
Well, did you not get your 50%?
No.
Okay, so what do you need to do?
Oh, well, I've got a lawyer on it, but I'm going to lose because he was of sound mind. He took me out of the will. So it's just, I can't seem to get beyond the story. And I'm still in the anger of how, you know, my dad treated me and my sister treated me. And I'm so, I'm like, I know I'm causing my problems.
Can I say something?
Can I ask, why are you telling yourself that you're going to lose?
No, we can't go there. We can't go there. Can't go there right now. The story's not even important. I'm going to tell you something. If I was held captive by a bunch of people, okay, that thought completely different from me, and everything I said was going to upset them, I would just, yeah, I love it. It's great. Yeah, I got that. No, I didn't get 1 shot. I got 5. Do you really think that I'm going to stand up for myself with the herd? I will, let me tell you something. I will lie to you so that you don't get upset and that we can even have a decent relationship. I will not share information with you. If a government official or anybody who considers authority over me like your father did, I would tell him exactly what he needed to hear. Understand, she needed to be approved of so desperately, and guess what you get when you need to be approved of desperately? No approval. If she went in not having to be right and just say, I'd like to go and visit my father and be happy when I leave. And what does that mean? I will just conform to his norm. It's only an hour or two. Why try to fight with him? If you come and tell me, you know, Daryl, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, you should go diddle. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. I'll take a look at that. Okay, I'll think about that. I'll see you later. I will not think about it at all. But now, because if I said, you're wrong, I'm not this, I'm not that, that's just like Marketplace says to me, well, would you like to come on and defend yourself? You know what I said to them? Defend what? You made this shit up. I'm not defending anything. I'm not going to, I'm going to defend myself if somebody's saying something that's not true. Are you like crazy? Well, you know that we'll say that you had no comment. Okay, well, okay, then do that. That's pretty threatening. Do you understand? She didn't play it right.
I know.
If she went in there going, I don't need their approval, but I will give them my love. That means that she didn't have to be right about anything. Look at Lori. When we go to all our relatives, I go there and I will even hide any health conversations on the phone or meetings or anything. We can be there and listen, we've been at meetings, oh, not meetings, but with relatives that say this, you know what, I just met this girl and gotta pick her up and we're gonna be coming this way. Oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I'm taking her because she has the breast cancer gene. And oh yeah, does she have breast cancer? No, she just has the gene. And so she's gonna get her breast removed. And we're going, okay, all right, so what else is new? Is everything good at work? Believe it or not, if she wasn't so angry and didn't get a lawyer and go, just know that I love Dad and I love you, and I forced my opinion on Dad, which is always I tried to do, and I always tried to prove that I was right and he was wrong, which is true, and that I really wished that this didn't happen. It's not even about the money. But now I feel angry because I would like to have the money. Well, it's true. But if I don't get the money, I have to learn how to deal with this and just know that I love you, sis. And I don't hold this against you. It was a hard lesson for me and I'm still trying to learn it. But the reality is I didn't need to be right. Okay, guys, I'm not a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom lover. Get Daryl, let's go. No, if I just do the things that say that I love me and I love the world, I am doing my protesting. When you eat right, think right, drink right, love yourself right, that is all the protesting you need to do. If everybody just said, no, I won't eat that, I won't drink that, I won't think that, I'm not doing that, guess what? They'd have to shut everything down. But that's not going to happen. Okay? Just know since the beginning of time, the human harvest has been going on and it will continue to go on. And I'm okay with it because eventually after maybe, who knows, maybe after 1 million lifetimes, okay, you might wake up to the fact that you might want to start loving yourself. You get that? So you walk around pissed off that people don't accept who you are. Then never, ever get a job like mine. That's it. You need to get a job that everybody goes, we accept you. You know what? If you want to be accepted by the majority of the population, then you have to look at the way that they think, and then you got to buy into it. Now, you don't want to do that, but don't be a damn rebel. Don't shove it in people's faces and go, that's not who I am. Who gives a shit? When you come into their arena, just be neutral. If the government calls me up, no matter what it is, or somebody calls me up and wants to take me to task, I'll come in there. No matter what they think about it, it doesn't matter to me. Well, we hear that you're okay. Well, I'm not sure where you heard that from, Always have, don't try to, see, she had to engage and be aggressive. And she actually caused this problem. If she actually just knows that love is the answer and, really sit down, but people know when you're lying, if you were to really go in there and go, look I just wanted to be accepted, even if it came against everybody else's views. And what I did was I created an atomic bomb and I actually caused Dad to do what he did. Okay. Because even when he was passing on and dying, I had to be right. And I had to shove that in his face. And little do you know, your father was only doing that because he thought money could persuade you, because he was scared when he died that you would die too or live a bad life if you didn't believe his beliefs. You should have loved him anyway. You should have loved him because his beliefs were different. But you know what? If you don't you pushed him to that. Jesus, I don't know what to do to you. It's like a parent says, if you're not going to do this, I'm going to take away your toy. And then you got to get really stubborn about it. If he wasn't disrespecting you or going to hurt you or rape you or punch you, God give it to him. You know what? People call me up and go, I got to go visit my mother, my father, my brother, and I've never gone along with him. I don't know what to do. And everybody's calling me about this now because I'm telling you, people are dropping. You guys have no idea. If I were to tell you the stories just from this week, phone calls, it would blow your mind. Because you live a more isolated life when it comes to people that, what do you think? People don't reach out to me? My phone number is 469-861-8884. Call me and I'll get back to you. And I always do. You understand? Because people matter. Lori does all the driving. We do a lot of traveling. When we're in the airport, when we're traveling in the car, all I'm doing is getting back to people. Do you understand? But understand this. I don't have to be right. You know, you will destroy so many relationships because you have to be right. And you're ready for the fight. Well, you're wrong. You're pissed off at the wrong people. And the people that you want to be pissed off at, you shouldn't be pissed off at. Because guess what? This here is called Planet Earth, a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure. When you play Monopoly, do you think you can use Scrabble rules? Wake up. Whether you want to believe it or not, that what you call the almighty universal energy, and find out if I'm wrong. I guarantee you, you couldn't live long enough to prove me wrong. That what you call universal energy, God, creator, whatever. Guess what? He's not in war with it. It's allowed down here because you were supposed to love and care for yourself enough to vibrate higher than this. This was, if you're in kindergarten, don't complain. You can't be in university in the spirit world. We are in kindergarten down here and we can't get it right. We poison ourselves. We poison each other. We kill each other. God, you know what? The draft is probably going to come back in the United States. And guess what? There'll be so many people that will join without being drafted to go kill a brother and sister of same spirit. Don't you tell me that we are advanced. I am not angry, and I will have a great day today. I know that this is Monopoly, so I'm not going to get upset. And it's called Daryl. You're going to come down to a life-threatening place where people are not going to give you what you think you deserve. You're going to be totally set up. You're going to go to school for 12 years and know nothing about finances, how to make a business, how to love yourself, how to love another. Okay? You're not going to understand anything about what God really is. You're not going to understand anything about vibration or frequency. You're going to get enough science bullshit that you're going to be confused for the next 20 years after you get out. Now, what an adventure to totally get it up the rear, okay? And then show up here and go, baby, I got this. That's the deal. Stop grieving. And you're grieving over the loss of your father not wanting to actually take your beliefs and go, I love you anyway. He was old school. Old school people don't, you can't do that. When he was asking for something, even if she was different and she didn't shove it in his face and say, I'm not doing it, that wouldn't have pissed him off. But she had to be more arrogant about it. Like, no, this is me. You can't tell me what to do. I'm not like you or her. And they came together and went, There's your story. Nothing else matters. And the reality is this. You need to get to a point that you don't have to forgive your father or your sister. You love them anyway. And you got to get to a point that you're not angry anymore and that you totally love yourself, and that's it, and you move on. Have you been able to find food?
Yes.
Have you been able to find shelter?
Yes.
And you have found total misery?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Remember something. Well, not remember it, but I can't get the years right. I'm not a time guy. I live my life, let me see here. 25 years ago, I was worth $3.5 million doing healthcare. I didn't rip anybody off. I'm good at this. I'm great at this. My father baptized me for the second time when I was 12 years old because people would walk in and I'd tell them what was wrong with them. Or I'd say, Dad, she's lying, or he's lying. Or that's not true. So then he had to get the devil out, right? Yeah. So anyways, I was worth 3.5 million. You can ask Lori. So I closed my business, went down to the Panama rainforest, lived there. And then I traveled around the world and went mountain climbing, stuff like that, but spent like 9 years doing that. Then I came back and I wrote Healthy to 100. And my wife and I were leaving. I kept 75,000. I gave her a property that's a lot, and I gave her a lot of money. I wrote the book Healthy to 100, and that's 75,000. Okay, all right. When we got the book finished, I had $2,200 in my bank account. And I said to Lori, holy crap, I got $2,200 in my bank account. She goes, well, I got money. And I said, I don't need it. I got this. And I didn't say that because of man's ego. I said it because I never felt so good in my life. I never felt so free in my life. I wasn't tearing myself down. I wasn't tearing anybody else down. I made nobody responsible for anything. I took total responsibility for my breathing, my living, my loving. I don't care what happens today. I'm going to have the best day of my life. I'm not going to stick my nose into anywhere unless I'm asked to be there. I'm not going to force my opinion onto anyone. And you know what? I'm not doing it now. People will come on here and go, shut your mouth, Daryl. Well, what are they doing on my platform? You know, it's like coming into my house and telling me to shut my mouth. I'm here talking, and those people that want what I have should be here. Those that shouldn't be, they should be somewhere else, listening to someone else, getting something else. Because I'm not for the majority. I'm for the minority of the minority. Are you with me yet?
Yes.
Are you getting this?
Yes.
Yeah. And if you want that money, if you want that money, I'm not saying money cannot come first. And the money thing is a big deal for you. And you can say, well, I don't have any. And I go, yeah, but that's the program you run, not to have any, to keep not having any, to feed them that I never get, that I always get screwed over. Even my family screws me over. The whole world screws me over. So guess what? You might as well just pull your pants down and bend over, because you might as well just make it easy for everyone. I'm serious. And look at this. This has got to change. You need to clap this out. Okay, you need to use the clapper. She needs to clap her neck, her face, and her head for 1 hour every day. And she needs to get rid of all of the entities. She's got entities, guys. There are entities, and she's got entities. You cannot be depressed. You cannot have fear continually. You cannot be grieving or mourning continually and not have entities. They want you to do that. Remember the church? If your husband dies, you must mourn for a year. Jesus, are you like out of your skull? Most of you would probably be glad if he was gone. The reality is this: wear black, mourn for a year. Oh my God. You know what? My kids are not allowed to grieve for me, mourn for me, feel bad for me, nothing for me, ever. I got to break them of that. You know, I told them that, you know, when I pass on, they all get 3 weeks paid vacation, whatever money they're making, I'll double it. And I'm going to send them 3 weeks where they can all be together. And I'm going to set up the greatest fun-filled party. Okay? All right? And that's it. I'm not dying. I'm just leaving, baby. But I'm not going to leave until I bring my vibration up high enough. Okay? Because guess what? You guys don't know this, but you can't even get, nobody's been to the moon because it's impossible for a human being to get past the Schumann frequency. Yeah, you didn't know that, dude. Okay, so yeah, but meanwhile, you're all going to buy into Elon Musk and the Mars trip. You know, it's all just made up for you. You waste so much time. So much time. We haven't been to the moon, but now we're even going to go further. Do more drugs, will you? Okay, a lot more drugs.
I want to ask you what you just said about entities and parasites, because this might also help.
Well, because no, understand that 99% of the population have parasites all the time because your emotions, it's because of your frequency, it's your vibration. You can do all the parasite cleanses you want, but they're just going to come back. Understand something. I don't have parasites. I've got good ones, okay, because they help to clean up shit, okay? But let me tell you something. Oh, yeah, there are good ones, okay? Now, you're only told what you need to be told so that you have a really miserable life, Okay, that's it. It's working. I think it's working. Let's see some hands. Okay, so anyways, parasite cleanses don't work. You can cleanse out a parasite out of your body and it will be back next week. Ivermectin, ivermectin, ivermectin. Okay, there's lots of them. There's lots of these parasite cleanses you can do. I'm not telling you not to do them. If you're riddled with them, do the parasite cleanse. But if you were to live a perfect day on an emotional and nutritional level, you'll never have parasites, you'll never have bad bacteria, you'll never have fungus, and holy crap, there it is. The only reason why you need to clean up a mess is because you created it. I hope you know that vibration dictates everything that lives in there. When Louis Pasteur died, this is true, go look it up. Louis Pasteur said, "Forgive me, I am a fraud." He was paid to lie about bacteria and viruses, and we're still going on the same bullshit today. And the reality is guess what? Viruses aren't alive, and as soon as you change the inner terrain, what lives in there changes. Listen, do you think that my personality might affect the rest of my family if they lived in my house? Listen to me. I create a beautiful place to live in my home. Because I create that for myself. Okay, all right? Go tell them to stop banging, okay? All right? And that's not supposed to happen until after midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, go walk around, go out, see if you can get in. Okay, thank you. So here's the deal. You don't have to do a parasite cleanse if you vibrate higher than a parasite. Did you get that?
No.
You don't have to do a parasite cleanse if you vibrate higher than a parasite. For God's sakes, look at some of you. You're full of parasites and you know it. And you can't have a disease without being full of parasites. Disease means not at ease. It means not in alignment. And does everybody know that wherever the problem is in your body, that is tissue rotting. That is bone rotting. You're rotting out. Did you get that? Does everybody know that anybody with halitosis, bad breath, do you know what it's from? Yes, it's from the manure that's rotting in your bowel. But what's the real, you know that real strong halitosis, ammonia smell? Well, you know why it is that? Because the parasites are urinating and pooping, and it's the ammonia coming off of them that rises, and that's in your mouth. And that's like when you go and you roll over and go, "Can I give you a kiss?" And she goes, "Holy crap, please. Somebody just pooped in your mouth." So listen, guess what, guys? You've been putting the toothbrush in the wrong end. Understand something. If you all did daily cleansing tea and black gold, and if you stop eating all the dead animals that you do, seriously, how many dead animals is it going to take for you to become alive? I need protein. Okay. You need amino acids. Nobody needs animal protein. You need amino acids. That's not even scientifically proven. Thank you very much. But I'm not telling you not to eat animal protein. Just know you're eating a dead animal. You're eating a rotted carcass. How many people like to eat fish? When you go to eat fish, does it smell like fish? Because if it does, it already has worms. It's rotting. Because fish doesn't smell. So when you're done eating that, just know you got worms again. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
What about entities? Same?
Well, entities, you got to bring your vibration up to get rid of your entities. And you know you have them.
And how do you get rid of them other than raising the vibration?
Well, okay, listen to me. My son, Sage, he used to do it all the time. We took a course in it. And you don't have to do that. But, and also, if he could get rid of entities, and he used to do it. But the reality is they'll come back if you don't change. Do you understand? But when you get entities removed, some people get entities removed, it saves their life because the entity is actually going to kill them. Do you understand? So look up holographic kinetics. That's one way to get entities removed, but they're going to come back until you make peace with your father and your sister. Do you understand? the same way as if I get rid of if you get rid of the invisible parasite, which is the entity, it will come back if you don't change your vibration. Yes, yes. And guess what? You weren't smiling before because you wanted to let the world know I got ripped off and I'm pissed off. And guess what? Nobody's going to have any fun with me, and I'm not going to have any fun until I get what I deserve. And she will not get what she deserves until she has fun. Okay, remember, it's called funeral, but it's fun. And they want you to be pissed off, angry, and just be like this, because guess what? You're going to die a really slow and painful death. Yes, you are. You are, unless you change your personality. Or what do you think? What do you think? For one thing, this whole thing was set up. Everybody thinks this whole thing is a God experience. You know, our bodies rot out. Don't they? You get, no matter what you do, oh my God, there's a wrinkle there, there's a wrinkle, gray hair, you know? But the main thing is this, understand something. Say this, humans are recycled. That's right. Make sure you recycle your human. And you will be recycled until you vibrate high enough. I will still be recycled until I can bring my vibration, whether you believe it or not. Jesus did a 40-day meditation to bring his vibration up so he could blow off the recycling. Thank you. No, he didn't. He died for our sins. Jesus, I didn't even get here yet. Just stop it. Just stop your nonsense. Or keep it, but don't try to give it to me. You know, the one thing I will do is I will never tell somebody they're wrong, but I will leave. Holy crap, I gotta go. Yeah, or if I can't escape, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. Please, you continue talking, okay? All right, I'll probably be about an hour because I'm constipated. Do you understand? I'm getting out of there, baby. I'm protecting my vibration. Don't you think that when you come to me and you're like, you know, when I do big conventions, like when I would do the Toronto convention or the Truth About Cancer or any convention when I go to them and I'm lecturing there, guess what? If you ever see me with a phone to my ear talking, I would never put a phone to my ear and talk. I just do that so nobody's going to go, Dr. Wolf, I'm dying. I just need a minute. The phone's not even on because I'm not going to hurt myself. Oh, yes, I'll be there. Oh, yeah, I get it. So, oh, hi. Because you've got to take a break. You have to have a break for yourself. And you know, somebody was saying to me today, what about meditation? You don't believe in meditation? I said, I believe in meditation. But understand, most people I know that meditate, they come out of it, they're just as bad as they went in. You know, the reality is they're trying to find peace in the moment. You know what we teach? Walking meditation. Lionheart breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, slight smile, shoulders back, and minding your own business. And you walk in the moment, and you really, and every morning when you wake up, you go, I am not this body. I am a spirit being on a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure, and I will rock this day. If you were to wake up and do some of the Braveheart loving steps that are in the PDG guide, and then do belly button therapy. You know, belly button therapy releases more dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins than anything else you could do. It puts you into the most parasympathetic state. If you follow my Braveheart 12 loving steps and you actually said, I'm going to do this, but just know this. Do not share this with your family. Do not share this with your friends. I'm being serious. Do not. You need to understand, they're not the enemy. But when you do this, nobody believes that something's working until it's working with you. Everybody's here is going to go, oh my God, I was at this lecture, you know, and he just told me I was a parasite. And what do you think?
Helpful.
No. Self-love is the answer. If she had self-love for herself, she wouldn't be looking for people to hate. Did you get that? You're running a program and it needs to be fed, and it will destroy you. Okay. I'm telling you right now. Christine, would she change in a 9-day whole life coach?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it would be over, baby. Just know that. Oh, yeah, but I know. Oh, that's right. You don't have any money. Okay.
No, I do. No, I have, no,
No, I
listen,
just said that. I'm just being.
I have an income. I'm not.
No,
I'm
no,
okay.
no,
Yeah.
no, you're not okay.
Financially, I'm okay.
No. You're not okay. You will never be financially okay until you're in love with yourself. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have. The time that I was the time that I can remember, the first time that I was really totally like, oh my God, I just love you, Daryl. I love our life. We did this, man. We got there. We're here. I had $2,200. And I said, I'm never letting this go again. Never letting this go again. Thank you, God, for kicking my ass.
Never letting what go again.
Unconditional, total love for myself and for the world, no matter what they think.
And this is what got you there, to that place of unconditional love.
Yes.
Really, there's something just this simple. No, years of therapy. No, I'm just amazed that it, like this is enough.
Well, it's a good place to start. You need to do the Braveheart oath and put it on your mirror.
Right.
And you need to learn this and say it every morning, every night. And then, you want to do the mirror work, okay? Where you look in your eyes, because you're not with anyone right now. Do you have a good friend?
I have a friend.
Guy or girl?
Oh, like a romantic friend? No, I have no romantic friend.
But you have a friend.
I have friends, yes.
Like, okay, you got that established.
Yeah,
She does have friends.
I have a few.
Okay, so those that you trust, what you want to do is you want to do what's called the couples connection. Like, who's married here? If you did the couples connection and you did it for 33 days, where you sit on the floor, and you get yourself comfortable, he spreads his legs, she faces him and puts the legs over, and you both put your arms around each other to feel each other's breathing. 10 minutes, total quiet. Cynthia, why don't you come up and sit here with her, okay? And tell her what the couples connection was like. And it's all in the PDG guide. Guys, $120. If you don't like that book after 30 days, just send it back with your money. It's impossible.
So if you don't have a special friend to do that with, can you do it with a friend?
Do it yourself. Well, no, you can do it with a friend. I'm sure Cynthia might even do it with you.
Yeah, so you face your partner and you like look into their eyes, and it's really amazing what you can see in their eyes. Like sometimes at first it might be like, oh, their eyes are darting around, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So you first do it.
Tell the truth, Cynthia. It's a lot of cool.
It's a lot. It's very weird. It's, when I started doing it, we had 4 different people that we did it during the course, and I felt like somebody was looking in my eyes, and I wanted to hide. I'm like, and I have nowhere to hide. And so I had to just kind of let go and feel what I needed to feel. And depending on who I did the couples connection with, like some people I felt more like I could fall into their eyes. I could melt, and I could feel safe. And when I did with some others, it was like a little resistance. It was a resistance, like, is it okay to let me in? Is it okay? But I could pick up on that energy. And so it was profound. And you find a soul that you really connect with, and you're breathing together, and you think, and you just melt. You almost feel like you're having this conversation. It's a beautiful dance with somebody without even speaking. And then afterwards, discussing like, what did you see? What did you feel? How, what did you notice? And a lot of times he's like, oh, dark, the eyes were darting around, or, they, were breathing or something like that. But it was, what did you see in there? sadness, joy, like a few times I just had to cry. Just had to cry because I'm like, oh man, this person is being it. And I'm just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it go. Having someone there, like holding you, really holding, because you're right there. Your legs are, I mean, they're right up in your business. So, it's really powerful. It's really powerful. And you see a lot, without even words. Without even words. It's really amazing.
Thank you so much.
Does anybody want to come up? We'll make it shorter though. That was too long. We have to get right to it, okay? All right? Come on up, love. And we have to make them short because in 15 minutes we'll take another break. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll do some non-surgical and cells.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'll make it short. Thyroid functions normally. It's just a multinodular border that's very large. So it's pressing on my trachea. Sometimes I can feel it when I breathe. My esophagus, sometimes it's hard to swallow, and now it's gotten down where it's sitting in my heart. So it's quite large. They want to remove it. I would rather not go that route. So I'm not sure what to do. I kind of know kind of what.
Why to start?
I think it started as an Italian young lady. I've never had a voice. Quiet. Children are just speaking on her, do not speak. My opinion didn't matter. I never spoke. So why do you think?
I don't know.
It's really a small percent. All right. What I'm about to say, please. There's no nice way.
I'm in trouble.
No, you're never in trouble. You are the average person now. You're 45 pounds overweight, 50 pounds. All of this, it's all water retention.
Yes. No.
Well, no talking. The subconscious wants to interrupt all the time. If you really want the answer, you gotta let them give it, and then you can tell me I don't know. So you can't help, she can't help.
I agree with you.
No. And that's part of the thyroid. Just know when it's time. Okay. So we're talking about 45 to 50 pounds, not overweight. 45 to 50 pounds of inflammation, infection. She's lucky she's alive. If she got the perfect day diet, she started eating the perfect day diet. I'm serious. For 3 to 4 weeks, and then she went on an advanced water fast, which anybody can do. If she just don't do water, we do neutral food a little bit, don't turn on the Krebs cycle, you bypass the Krebs cycle, don't turn on the digestive tract. If she did 4 weeks of the perfect day diet, and then she did a 6-day advanced water fast, she'd lose 25 pounds. The growth in her would actually be 30 to 50% smaller just from that. She can't help herself. She eats almost everything and anything. Yes, she do. Okay, if I could zip us right to your cupboards right now, your fridge, I would just be. Okay, what you want to do is download Bobby. It's an app. And then you want to actually scan the codes on your food. And understand, if 80% of your food is scannable, then you're already in trouble even if they say it's organic. Did you get that? You're in big trouble. You don't drink enough water. You're totally constipated. And don't tell me it's not what comes out, it's what stays in. You're going to believe that somebody's going to have 45 pounds fat cells and retention of water, and they're not infected, and they eat a really good diet. I'm calling BS. She eats with people that don't eat well. She eats good. You eat with people that don't eat well, so that means she eats pretty good. I mean, everybody says we have a good diet. Right now. The diet that you need, you don't have to believe me, but I don't believe in vegetarians. Bacon diets, on the bacon, yeah, it looks sick. Okay, the reality is you need a whole plant-based keto diet. That's what the body needs. We don't need an animal keto diet, okay? And people say, well, I started eating more animals. Well, that's because you stopped eating other things. And the reality is, does anybody know that the keto animal diet is the action that everybody had to stop doing because it backfired and made everybody sick after a while? Sure, you're going to lose weight, but you don't want to lose your health either. How many dead animals do you need to eat to become alive? There's zero vibration in dead animals. I'm not trying to. You can go ahead and do it, but you have a terrible diet. That's it. You need a consultation. You can right now, right off the bat, if she asks me what she should do. See, I didn't talk about thyroid yet. She needs to drink a quart of warm and hot structured water in the morning with beyond Ormus minerals. Okay? And she needs to do that first thing. She needs to call in a fire truck. She's on fire. Okay, and understand, most thyroid problems, okay, are B deficiency and iodine. Did you know that every human being needs iodine every day? Did you know that the only non-toxic iodine is ours? Nascent iodine, glucose iodine is toxic. We have stage 4 inflammation cancer patients taking an ounce and a half of our iodine. Did you know that iodine will neutralize the virus in 15 seconds? Right from HIV to COVID. Okay, because it's not live, so you can't kill it, but it'll neutralize it by disabling. And understand this. So she eats too much. I would have one meal a day. 2 large salads a day, with some black beans in there, 2 blender drinks a day, and I have her drinking probably at least 4 quarts of water. If you're going to be as heavy as a man, you've got to drink as much. There's women that weigh way more than men. And this is all storage emotional crap. This is a highly emotional woman. She doesn't know how to calm yourself down. You know what? And it's like, can you please be nice? I'm not being not nice. Don't come up here and say, I want to lie. Just stay there. Stay there. And honestly, guess what? We could do a video with her if she were to listen. In 3 months from now, you wouldn't know this woman. You wouldn't think it was the same person. You wouldn't know if this was the same person. But she would have to get rid of her addictions. And understand something. You will lie, you will cheat, you will steal to protect your addictions. Whether they're emotional or whether they're food, you will lie, cheat, and steal. And you don't get sick because you don't have negative beliefs. You do get sick. That's why you get sick. And you don't become overweight or underweight because you have a good diet. You have a land. Our spirit was created by God Almighty, but this year, you don't know what I mean. You don't know that this body was not orchestrated by that that orchestrated the universe. You're either going to rise to your greatness or you're not. When a child plays PlayStation, they're trying to get to the next level, yes? And you don't even know how to start getting to the next level. We'll just keep feeding this entity that lives here. And guess what? Nobody's coming to save you. You've been talking about this forever. The white knight, the savior, the doctor that's going to heal you, the next big medical breakthrough, which is a breakdown. Anyways, if I would have her do an ounce and a half of, and then I would also have her nebulize. If you nebulize it, see, we can spend one day here about what to do with the products and blow your mind. If you nebulize into an iodine, you can actually disinfect your brain, your lungs, your blood, your whole body. They don't want you to know that. If you were to nebulize our bright eyes nano drops that you put in here, no lung problems, no infections in your body, and also the silver liquid. Those three things, you should buy a home nebulizer. You should be nebulizing when you're watching TV, while you're in bed having a nap. If you nebulize, you never have a lung problem, never have a virus, never have a cold, never have a flu. Did you hear what I just said? For pennies a day. You got to understand something. Most of the people in natural health don't know natural health. And the people in the medical system aren't in health. And you can't even get that in your head. You're going to go get tested by somebody who's not into health and tell you how to get healthy. I haven't been to a doctor since I was 17 years old. Gotta go get a checkup to make sure that I'm doing okay. You know if you were doing okay, if you were living by the law, one law, unconditional love for yourself, you would know it. You are a very loving person, but you have no love for yourself. You'll make sure your hair is done nice, but you don't like yourself. Don't know it. If it was an absolute lie, she'd say, you're absolutely wrong. Then I want to prove it to her. Because if she absolutely loved herself, then she wouldn't be hurting herself.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, and guess what?
I'm going to.
Yeah, well, you're not going to live long enough to get there. You have to go to boot camp. Don't come to my whole life coach. Go somewhere. You got to go to boot camp. You go to brainwash boot camp. Because you go ahead and go on another diet. Go try another exercise. Why don't you go do that? Go try your next fad queen. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. And you're not going anywhere. You got to go inside. Health and love is an inside job. And then when you find a God spot in your heart, you have unlimited potential. That's it. Listen, all of you, you can go to my library, go into Dr. Detox library. You're going to find, I go through all the products. If you want product training, if you want to go in there and learn about your digestive tract, go in there and watch the high rate. If you want to find out about holy breath, go watch Holy Crap, the Holy Grail, your large intestine. If you want to find out how cancer is actually created, then go watch the emotional chemistry of cancer disease and healing. If you want to learn how you got this, go watch How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two. That's the truth. Understand something. I mean this in the most loving way. You know nothing about health. And what you do has nothing to do about health. Most people, like I said, have bacterial salt. Most people have cocaine, which causes tissue degeneration and bone fractures. You know, if I were to go through your house, it would be incredible. We'd have to start all over, baby. Most of you leave the blue, most of you have blue light poisoning. You would never spend and get Tesla glasses, but you'll sit on your phone, you'll sit on your computer, watch TV, and the blue light, you know, do you know what? Do you ever think, who owns the corporations? No, but all of these people have signed a blood pact with the entity. Go look up the Collins family, go look up the Rothschilds. Anyways, it's not conspiracy, guys. Why is it that this planet can't get its shit together? Why is it that you try so hard and nobody's getting it together? Because it's a program of dysfunction. Because all of the people that are supposed to help you are dysfunctional. You're on your own. You're on your own. You can believe it or not believe it. Everything I've done from my heart. Just remember this. When you're down on your knees and you're begging God, please, maybe you'll buy my perfect day guide. Or maybe you'll just download it for free, pdgfree.com. And then maybe you'll actually read it. Maybe you'll actually, what if you were to spend 1 hour every day on learning about self-love and self-care? Where would you be in 9 months? Where would you be? You would be there. Think about what you do in your spare time. It's got nothing to do with caring or loving yourself. Nothing to do with enhancing or feeding your spirit. Yes or no? Don't tell me this, because you don't. And what are your intentions? When you do something for someone, do you expect something? I don't. I expect nothing. And if you don't get something for something, you get pissed off. You can ask Lori if you want. I deal with a lot of practitioners, a lot of patients. You can't make everybody happy. I can do as much as I can for people and they'll still be pissed off. I can't change their personalities. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Are you getting to understand it? Most people don't understand this. It doesn't compute because they've never been near self-educating before. They've only been out being educated. No, they've been out getting educated. This is the real thing. This isn't meant for most of you. And it's not. And it's meant for all of you, but most of you won't do it. Because your subconscious was built to make excuses why you're too busy, don't have enough money, and definitely, oh my God. You know what? I mean, almost every woman that comes, okay, it's a con. That's what husband says. Okay, you're wasting your money. Didn't you see that he murdered 3 people? Yeah.
Maybe the next one.
So all I'm trying to tell you is, listen, you're on your own, but guess what? What a brilliant game this is. Everybody's trying to poison us. And you still rise. Do you think that which created the universe doesn't see that? And do you think that that which created the universe is really caring about how much suffering you're enduring or taking on when you actually live an infinite life because you're a spirit? Well, however long it's going to take, if you need to get cancer another 20 times, you go ahead and do that. Do you think I'm kidding? You actually think that there's a God you're fighting a war for you? I think we should take a break and come back and we'll do some non-surgical. And then what we'll do is we'll wrap this up and then I'll be at the back for about an hour to answer questions personally. Okay, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone. God bless.
George is doing it.